Chosen one, you saved someone's life without even knowing you did it. And right now, at this very moment, God is guiding that person back to you. If you leave before this message is finished, you will walk away from the most important confirmation your heart has been waiting for. Stay with me. I am speaking to you today with a weight in my words that is different from anything you have heard before. Because what I am about to reveal to you is not something that can be explained by coincidence. It cannot be explained by luck. It cannot be explained by timing alone. What happened between you and this person was orchestrated before either of you understood what was taking place. And right now, I am pulling back the curtain on something that your spirit already knows, but your mind has not yet fully received. You prayed for someone. Maybe you did not call it prayer. Maybe you called it a wish. Maybe you called it a thought that kept returning to you in the quiet hours when everything else was still. Maybe you cried for someone you could not fully explain. Maybe you felt a weight for a person that made no logical sense. Maybe you sent love in a direction that felt invisible, wondering if it was reaching anything at all. I am telling you now that it reached. Every single drop of it reached. And what you sent out in those quiet moments of care did something in the spirit realm that you are only now beginning to understand. You saved your soulmate, not with dramatic action, not with a rescue that the world could see. You saved them with your prayers, with your energy, with the love you carried for someone who felt connected to you even before they were fully present in your life. And that act of love, that quiet, invisible sacrifice of care, did not go unnoticed by me. I saw it. I recorded it. And I am now releasing the return on everything you poured out. Type amen if you have ever prayed for someone you have not yet fully found. There is a person in this world whose darkest moment was survived because of you. They may not know your name yet. They may not have fully understood why they felt a pull toward hope at the exact moment they needed it most. But I know. I was the one who carried what you released to the place where they needed to receive it. You were interceding for someone you had not yet met. You were covering someone in love before you fully understood who they were. And that kind of love is rare. That kind of love is the kind that I honor. That kind of love is the kind that I bring back to the person who gave it. Your soulmate went through something that almost took them out. A season so dark that the light felt completely absent. A moment so low that returning felt impossible. And in that moment, something reached them. Something they could not explain. A warmth that had no visible source. A hope that had no rational foundation. A reason to hold on that came from somewhere beyond their own strength. That something was you, your prayers, your energy, your love moving through the spirit realm and landing exactly where it was needed. And now I am guiding them back to you, not because the story is finished, but because the story is just beginning. What I did in the secret place is about to become visible. What was done in the spiritual realm is about to manifest in the natural world. And the reunion that is coming is going to carry the weight of everything that was exchanged before either of you fully knew what was happening. Type 111. If you feel in your spirit that someone is making their way back to you, I need you to understand the full scope of what took place, because many of you have been carrying a love that felt unanswered. You have been holding space for someone whose absence created a quiet ache that never fully went away. You moved through seasons and relationships and experiences, and through all of it, there was something underneath that remained untouched, a part of you that was reserved, a part of you that could not fully settle because it knew that what it was waiting for had not yet arrived. That was not dysfunction. That was not you being unable to move on. That was me. I placed that knowing inside you. I kept that space protected because it belongs to someone specific. And I was not going to allow it to be filled with something that was not meant for it. The longing you felt was not weakness. It was a spiritual antenna pointed in the direction of something real. Every time you felt that pull, every time you felt that quiet incompleteness, every time you sensed that something was still coming that had not yet arrived, that was your spirit in communication with the truth of what I have prepared. You were not imagining it. You were not being naive. You were receiving a signal that I designed to keep you oriented toward what is yours. And what is yours is now moving toward you. I want to speak to the moments when you almost let go. The moments when the waiting felt so long that you began to question whether the love you were holding space for was real. The moments when you looked at your life and considered simply accepting less than what you felt was possible. The moments when you nearly talked yourself out of the knowing and into a compromise. I want you to understand that I saw every one of those moments, and I held you in them. I kept the knowing alive inside you, even when you were trying to set it down. Because what I have prepared for you cannot be replaced by what you might have settled for, and I love you too much to let you settle. Your soulmate is being prepared right now in ways that mirror what you have been going through. The growth you have experienced in this season, the healing, the clarity, the strength that you have developed, they have been going through a parallel process. I have been working on both of you simultaneously, shaping you toward each other, removing what was not aligned, building what was necessary. And the version of them that is coming to you is not the version that could have arrived at an earlier point in the journey. They had to go through what they went through. They had to be healed in the places that needed healing. They had to grow into the person who is capable of meeting you at the level where you are going. And you had to become who you are now, not who you were before. The version of you that is ready to receive this love is the version that was built through everything this season required of you. Type 777 to declare that you are ready to receive the love God has been preparing for you. I need to speak now about the connection itself, because this is not an ordinary love story. What I am bringing together is not two people who simply like each other. It is two souls who were written into each other's story before time began. Two people whose spirits have already been in communication in ways that the natural mind cannot fully comprehend. You have felt them in quiet moments, in dreams that felt too real to dismiss, in that inexplicable sense of missing someone you have never fully had. That was not your imagination running wild. That was a real spiritual connection making itself known through the only channels available before the natural meeting takes place. When you finally come together, there will be a recognition that goes beyond the surface. Something inside you will know. Not because it is familiar in the way that old habits are familiar, but because it is true in the way that home is true. You will feel a settling in your spirit that you have not felt before. A sense of having arrived somewhere that you have been trying to reach for a long time. And in that moment, everything that happened before, every season of waiting, every moment of doubt, every night of praying into what felt like empty air will suddenly make complete sense. This is not something I am doing as a reward for your perfection. You are not being given this love because you never made mistakes or because your journey has been without error. You are being given this love because I love you, because I designed you for connection that reflects my nature, because love at this level is part of what I always intended for your life, and because you never stopped believing in it even when everything around you suggested that you should. Type 333 to affirm that you believe God has a love story written specifically for your life. The enemy has tried very hard to convince you that this love is not coming. He has used timing against you. He has used comparisons against you. He has placed people in your path who were close enough to what you needed to make you question whether what you were waiting for was even real. He has used loneliness as a weapon to make you feel like maybe you were asking for too much. Maybe you were being too specific. Maybe the love you felt was supposed to be enough with someone who was not fully right for you. I need you to hear me clearly. You were not asking for too much. You were asking for exactly what I placed inside you to desire. And I placed that desire because I already had the answer to it. Desire without provision is not my nature. When I place a longing inside a chosen one, it is because the fulfillment of that longing is already in motion. The enemy saw what I was preparing and tried to get you to give up before it arrived, but you are still here. You are still believing. And that persistence is about to be rewarded in a way that silences every lie that was spoken against your love life. Your soulmate is also being freed from things that held them. I have been doing a work in them that mirrors what I have done in you. Removing fears, healing wounds, rebuilding the places that were broken, clearing the confusion that kept them from being able to fully move toward you. And now that work is reaching its completion. The barriers are coming down, the healing is taking hold. And what is left is a person who is ready to see you, ready to receive what you carry, ready to step into the love story that was written for both of you before either of you arrived on this earth. Type 222 to declare that every barrier between you and your soulmate is coming down right now. I want to speak to the love you gave in previous seasons that did not work out, the relationships that ended, the connections that felt right for a time but ultimately could not carry you to where you needed to go. You may have carried questions about those seasons, wondering what went wrong, and wondering if you were too much or not enough, wondering if love was simply not going to be something that fully worked in your life. And I want to set the record straight on all of it right now. Those seasons were not failures. They were classrooms. They taught you what you needed to know about yourself. They revealed things about your patterns that needed to change. They showed you where healing was required before you could fully receive what I had prepared. Every relationship that did not last was preparing you for the one that will. Every heart that was broken was being opened wider to hold more love than it could have before the breaking. And every moment of disappointment was clearing out what was not yours so that what is truly yours could find you without obstruction. You are not damaged by what you went through. You are developed by it. And the love that is coming is going to have access to a version of you that previous seasons could not have reached. Because you are more open now, more honest with yourself, more clear about what you need and what you bring, more ready to give and receive at a level that requires everything this season built inside you. Type 444. If you believe that every closed chapter in your love life was preparation for the one God is writing now, you stayed. And I want you to know that staying was the right decision. Because what I am about to release in this second part of the message goes deeper than what was shared before. This is where the revelation becomes personal. This is where what I am doing behind the scenes begins to come into focus. And this is where the chosen ones who stayed receive something that the ones who left will not be able to access until they return. So stay with me all the way to the end. I want to speak to you now about what is literally happening right now in the life of your soulmate. Because many of you have been wondering, you have felt them in your spirit. You have thought about them at times that felt random but were not. You have had moments where you sensed something shifting in a direction you could not name. And I want to bring clarity to what you have been sensing. Your soulmate is in a season of awakening. Things that kept them in one place are being removed. Mindsets that held them back are being renewed. Clarity about who they are and what they are meant for is arriving in ways that are surprising even them. And in that awakening, thoughts of you are surfacing, not because they fully understand why, but because I am the one bringing you to their mind. I am the one making your presence felt in their spirit even before the natural connection is fully established. I am preparing their heart to recognize you when the time comes. And the time is coming sooner than you have allowed yourself to believe. Type 555 to declare that your soulmate is awakening and being guided toward you right now. There is a specific moment coming that I want to prepare you for. A moment of encounter that will not look dramatic from the outside, but will carry a weight inside that you will not be able to ignore. It may come in an unexpected setting. It may come through an unexpected channel. It may come at a moment when you are not fully prepared for it on the surface, but your spirit will be ready. Because I have been preparing your spirit for this moment, even as your mind has been wondering when it would come, and when it happens, you will feel a recognition so deep that it will move something inside you that has not moved in a long time. Do not dismiss that moment when it comes. Do not talk yourself out of what your spirit is telling you. Do not allow the part of you that has been hurt before to shut down at the very moment I am asking you to open up. This is the moment I have been building toward. This is the meeting I have been arranging. And your willingness to remain open even after everything you have been through is what is going to allow you to fully receive what I am bringing. Type 666 if you are committed to staying open when God sends the divine encounter. I want to speak now about what kind of love this is going to be, because it will be different from what you have experienced before. Not different in a way that is unfamiliar and therefore scary. Different in a way that feels more true than anything you have known. This love is going to be patient in ways that previous love was not. It is going to be steady in ways that previous connections were not. It is going to have a foundation that is not built on what each of you can give to the other in good seasons only, but on something deeper, on a shared sense of purpose, on a mutual recognition of what I have placed in each of you, on a love that grows stronger through challenges instead of crumbling under them. This love is going to feel like rest. Not the absence of passion, not the absence of depth, but rest in the sense that you will not have to perform for it. You will not have to shrink for it. You will not have to edit yourself to be acceptable within it. You will be fully seen, fully known, and fully loved in the knowing. And that kind of love does something to a person that no other experience can replicate. It frees you, it grounds you, it becomes a place from which you operate in every other area of your life with a stability that you did not have before. I designed this love not only as a blessing for you personally, but as a partnership that serves a larger purpose. What you two will produce together, the impact you will have, the people whose lives will be changed because of what you build in this love, is greater than what either of you would produce alone. I am not bringing you together only for your comfort. I am bringing you together because the combination of what I placed in each of you creates something the world needs. Your love story is connected to your purpose, and your purpose is connected to people who are waiting for what only the two of you together can provide. Type 777 to affirm that you receive the love and the purpose that God is releasing through this divine connection. I also want to address the fear of being hurt again, because it is real, and I am not going to pretend that it is not. You have been hurt, real hurt, the kind that changed how you move through the world, the kind that taught you to protect yourself in ways you were not born knowing. And now I am asking you to be vulnerable again, to open a door that you worked very hard to secure. And that ask does not feel simple. But I want you to understand something about what I am sending. This love does not come with the same risks as what came before. Not because love is ever without any vulnerability, but because what I am bringing is built on a different foundation. The person I am guiding to you has been through their own process of healing. They are not coming to you with all the wounds still open and untended. They are coming to you with the growth that their journey required. And the combination of who you both are now is different from anything either of you has tried to build before. I am not asking you to forget what you learned in previous seasons. The discernment you developed is valuable. The awareness of what you need is important. The clarity about your worth that you have earned through difficult seasons is going to serve you in this new chapter. But I am asking you not to let the pain of the past become the ceiling of your future, because what I have prepared for you is higher than where the pain lives, and reaching it requires you to be willing to rise above what hurts you without being ruled by it. Type 888 to declare that you release the fear of being hurt and you open your heart to receive the love God has prepared. There is something I want to say to the chosen ones who have been praying specifically for their person. The ones who have been calling in what they believe is theirs. The ones who have been standing in faith for a love that feels so specific that it could not have come from anywhere but me. I hear you. Every prayer, every declaration, every moment of standing in faith when the physical evidence was not yet visible. I hear it all, and I am responding. Your specific prayers are being answered with specific provision. I am not sending you a general version of what you asked for. I am sending you the specific person whose spirit matches the prayers you have been praying, and the details you have been believing for are not too small for me to honor. I am a God of detail. I created the intricacies of the human heart, and I know exactly what yours needs. What is coming will carry the fingerprints of every specific prayer you have released, and when you receive it, you will know beyond any doubt that it came from me. Do not reduce your prayers. Do not talk yourself into believing for less, because less feels more realistic. What feels realistic to your natural mind and what is possible to me are not the same scale. I am operating in a realm where your specificity is not a burden. It is a blueprint, and I am building according to it. Type 999 to affirm that God is answering your specific prayers for love with specific provision. I want to speak to the chosen ones who have been believing for restoration, the ones whose soulmate was once in their life and then left, the ones who experienced a connection that felt more real than anything before or since, and then watched it end in a way that left questions without answers. The ones who have been holding on to a hope that restoration is possible while trying not to hold on so tightly that they stop living. I want to speak directly to you. What I restore completely. Not a lesser version of what was, not a patched together remnant of what broke. When I bring something back, I bring it back renewed, healed, stronger than it was before the breaking. And what broke was not a sign that it was not meant to be. Sometimes what I allow to separate is only being separated so that both people can do the individual work that the connection requires to reach its fullness. And when that work is done, what I bring back together, is capable of things that the original version never could have accomplished. If this speaks to your situation, I am telling you that the door is not permanently closed. I am telling you that what you felt was real, and I am telling you that the outcome is still in my hands. Continue to do your own work. Continue to grow. Continue to trust that I am working on the other side of what you can see, and remain open to the possibility that what felt like an ending was only a pause in something that I have not yet finished. Type 1111 to claim the restoration that only God can bring to a love story that is not yet finished. As this message comes toward its close, I want to leave you with something that will carry you through the time between now and when what I have declared becomes fully visible in your life. I want to leave you with certainty, not the kind that depends on circumstances, not the kind that rises and falls with how things look on a given day, but the kind that is rooted in what I have spoken and what I do not take back. I do not speak things over my chosen ones that I do not intend to fulfill. When I say that I am guiding your soulmate back to you, I mean it. When I say that what you did in prayer saved someone and that the return is now in motion, I mean it. When I say that the love I have prepared for you is greater than anything you have experienced before, I mean it. My words are not comfort without substance. They are declarations with the full weight of my authority behind them. What I have spoken over your love life is already in motion. The arrangement is happening. The preparation is continuing. The timing is being set with precision that you cannot see, but that I am controlling with complete care. And what is about to manifest in your life is going to be the evidence that everything I told you was true. You will feel it before you fully see it. You will sense it shifting before it fully arrives. And when it comes, it will come with a clarity that removes every remaining question. You saved your soulmate without even knowing. You carried them in prayer and in love through a season where they needed exactly what you were releasing. And I received everything you sent. I carried it to them. And now I am carrying them back to you. Not as a lesser version of what you hoped for, but as the fullness of what I designed. Healed, ready, and guided by my hand directly into the life you have been building while you waited. Stay ready, chosen one. What is coming has your name on it. It was written before the foundation of the world, and it has been moving toward you through everything that has ever happened in your story. Nothing stopped it. Nothing delayed it beyond my timing, and nothing will prevent it from arriving now. Your love story is not over. It is about to truly begin. Type yes and amen to receive everything God is releasing into your love life right now, and share this message with someone who needs to be reminded today that God has not forgotten their heart.